Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Hashtag Anime Talk. This is episode 78. I'm your host, Mr. Lyndon Burton, joined by my guy, as always, my co-host, Mr. Chrissa SJE. Chrissa, how you doing this week?
Man, I'm doing Gucci bandana, man. I'm like drowning in anime and manga right now. I'm loving it.
See, you the opposite of me right now. I'm on my decompress. I don't even like to say that. It's just like where you take those breaks and everything slows up. Like, granted, I read I'm not Chainsaw Man. I read Tokyo Revengers in like a night, like all of it in a night. So like, you know,
I gotta ask you about that too. I gotta, because I ain't gonna
shit's
lie,
crazy.
So many people are talking about it on my timeline, and it's making me really want to read the manga.
It's the best thing I've read in a while.
Really? So Tokyo Revengers is up there because that's one of the ones that, like, we're gonna talk about it later with the review. But from episode 4, I'm like super impressed. It's hard not to
literally
read right now.
From that episode, when I read that chapter, I couldn't stop. I was like, wait, what? What just happened? We're gonna talk about that in a little bit. Not a lot of news this week, but because I know y'all are used to us reviewing stuff on this show, we're not reviewing the Demon Slayer movie on this show. You can go check out the video. We literally dropped a video right after the movie dropped. So if you haven't watched that because you watched the movie late, go check that out. Stop this. Go watch that right now. But whatchamacallit, shout out to Luis. He did ask us a question, so we're going to start the show off with that along with some news. So we're going to do that. But all right, yeah, let's get into the news. Only 3 stories today. Short episode, so not a lot going on in the world of anime and manga, but the Demon Slayer movie, second Japanese film ever, and only the second anime film ever to rank number 1 at the weekend box office in the U.S. The first Japanese film was Pokemon, the first movie. Demon Slayer is now the 3rd highest grossing anime film ever. It's with 34 million and some change. It passed up Dragon Ball Super Broly, only trails Pokemon, the first movie, and Pokemon 2000, which I don't think is catching them.
Now, see, you know me. Anytime I hear some Demon Slayer news like this, I'm like, ha, 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 ha. But I ain't gonna lie, something about to pass up Pokemon, the first movie?
I don't know if it's gonna catch the first. That's crazy.
Now that I've actually seen the movie, I was talking buku hot shit because I didn't see the movie. And like I say, like you said, y'all could see our thoughts on the movie, like in the, you know what I'm saying, in the review. But definitely, you know what I'm saying, I didn't expect it to be like, it hit Japan crazy, and me and you were both debating on how it was going to hit America, right?
It hit us,
and
it hit us the same.
I was telling you it's going to hit us super hard, and you was like, I don't know if it's going to hit us that hard. And I was like, I was talking about it, but seeing it, it's
oh,
nuts.
no, I was wrong. I'll admit I was wrong. Like I said, I was going to come on here and admit I was wrong. So, you know, shout out to Demon Slayer. Got to give it its love. I've been falling in love with it again, but like as I started reading it again, but as I get closer to that fucking ending, the feelings just start coming back of hatred. But like, I'm loving it again right now. That's straight up, like 100%. So, you know, Pokemon has 85 million right now. It's at 34. I must say though, I feel like it got sabotaged. Let me tell you why. I feel like it got Chrissa. So many people who were gonna go watch it bought it. Otaku got, like, niggas was publicizing that it was out. Like, it blew up on Annie Twitter. It was trending.
I don't think this was their intention. This couldn't have been their intention. But my thing is, if it was a leak or if it was whatever, you would have think they would have got on it faster than they got on it.
They did. Yeah, bro.
That shit was available for a long time. That's
why I'm saying I feel like it was sabotaged, because normally that shit is down in 4 hours maximum. That shit wasn't down for like 12 hours. Like, niggas was buying it for like half a day. Like, what? You can't catch Pokemon like that. I'm sorry. Like, you just can't, especially with like limited release in America. We're going to see, but you know, shout out to Pat and Broly.
It took a while to get the Broly movie and the Stampede movie after it was in theaters. Like, after when it was in theaters, it was a while before we got it in any kind of streaming. Not super long, you know what I'm saying? Like, they've been, you know, punctual about it to a certain extent, but I mean, I've never seen no shit like this. Was the same week we had watched it, and then like a few days later, we're like, oh man, we waited a few days, we could watch it on PlayStation. I'm glad we went to see it the way we went to see it.
Same. I'm glad I didn't watch it at my house. It meant more to me in theaters. Sure. That's a fact.
For sure.
But they asked us, shout out to Luis again. He asked us to talk about like its impact on the anime industry as a whole, and then our theater experience. So we can do that real quick. But as a whole, I just think we're gonna see more movies that are actually canon. Like, that's what I expect from this. I feel like the days of Naruto inside of some random glass castle where he sees his dad that doesn't connect to the main story, Stampede where we fight some fake Roger crew member who has nothing to do with the fucking canon. I feel like those days are over with.
Yeah, this is how I'm looking at it. Like, I'm looking at like, and it's really, for me, it was Battle of Gods and Revival of Frieza. But the Broly movie and Stampede and the My Hero movies were like the ones that came out here and stamped, and it's like, we back, we bigger than ever. Like, you know what I'm saying, anime movies, because like we haven't seen big anime grossing movies in the theater or releases at all theater wise in America for a while, because you know we had the OG ones with like the Yu-Gi-Oh movie. I remember that was back in the theaters back in the day. All the Pokemon movies up until like Gen 3 or the
Yeah.
movie 4 or 5, like it
Right
was
after
like the Celebi
Inte.
movie. Yeah, like the Celebi movie did not get on
Mm-mm.
theatrical release. But the thing is, we came back, and I love the Broly, you know what I'm saying, non-canon kind of canon story. I love the I guess they canonized Broly, you feel me?
I don't, we don't know. We don't know.
We really because he was kind of, it had a little splash in the manga, but how canon
don't
is the
know.
manga, you feel me?
The Moro arc, like, what are we talking about, Chris? Me and you read the Moro arc. I know they had that, like,
they just did one page. It was like, it wasn't even a real. It was just like, hey, this happened, maybe
we gonna
maybe. It's
see.
like
And My
maybe
Hero
as canon as a like, remember that Naruto it was a One Piece chapter cover with Naruto in it, but Nami was standing in front of him. It was like, it wasn't canon, but it was like Oda shouting out
Kishimoto. Yeah, I remember that.
Naruto, you know what I'm saying? In his chapter, like with the cover art. But and you know, they did like a reverse, whatever. But all I know is the only, like, the My Hero movies weren't canon, and they kind of got a little wonky.
The American one might be canon now based on, this is manga stuff, so I don't.
So it might be kind of canon. They may have been. Well, all I know is
this is canon. Like this this is movie? Different. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the impact I see of Demon Slayer. Like, now we're gonna get like, I'm picturing us getting All For One's backstory in a fucking movie.
That would be nuts. That would be incredible.
But even look at JJK following Demon Slayer's path with their movie gonna be Chapter 0, which is very important to Shibuya, which is the next season, and after that. So that's canon.
And my thing is, if you're gonna do movies like that, I would want to see, and that's, I love the Demon Slayer movie, but I'd want to see it more like the JJK movie. Even though I haven't seen it, I just know what Volume 0 is, you know what I'm saying? And I know, like, that would be a dope concept for a movie, like the Volume 0 being into a movie. It makes me feel like they made Volume 0, and you know, it wasn't made to be a movie, but the way they re-released it as Volume 0, because Volume 0 was out before, like, while JJK was out, but when they actually released it like into actual volume, I feel like they was like, yeah, we're gonna make this into a movie. We dropping it as Volume 0 to be a big thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was just it was a big premeditated move. And I like shit like that. Like, that would be a dope idea for a movie. Like, what I don't like is how they just pulled a chunk of canon Demon Slayer manga and turned it into a movie, and they're gonna probably start off season 2 jumping from that. That's the only weird part for me. That's the only thing hard that I don't like about it.
I fuck with that. Like, it makes the movie going experience worth it. It's like, nah, you can't just come and watch this movie and get some extra shits and giggles and then go read our shit. No, if you're an anime watcher, you gotta watch it. We do it in America with Marvel. So to understand what's going on in Marvel, you're going to have to watch these fucking TV shows. You're going to have to watch these fucking movies. And if you don't watch it, you don't know what's going on. Why can't anime do it? I'm rocking with it.
My thing, and yeah, I really do like the fact that, you know, Marvel's diving into like the series and shit like that, because they got a lot of canon going on in the MCU. You feel me? Bruh. It's all over the place, as far as you got to watch a lot of movies to catch up, and you got to watch a lot of TV shows to catch up too, like now. But the main thing I'm kind of excited about is, you know, I'm a big fan of fucking Chainsaw Man, right? Whenever they, like, you know, the anime is coming, it's gonna be a season.
Yeah, that's a fact.
If they do season like 1 or season 2, I'm trying to think, like, realistically, as far as chapter wise, how many seasons they get off before they do this. But Chainsaw Man, like, this is the last volume 11. That one, it's the last volume of part 1. So we will have part one as its own kind of standalone thing already in the manga. You feel me? So part two is gonna drop and be its own separate thing. I can imagine the first part of Chainsaw Man being told in like 1 or 2, maybe 3 seasons, and then the finale being in a movie. Because the finale of Chainsaw Man, like literally, is a movie. Reading that shit week to week was fucked up because they kept stopping it in the middle. Because like you only do like what 19 chapters in a
something like that.
19, 20 chapters in a Shonen Jump chapter, unless it's chapter 1 or whatever. But every single one, bro, was nuts. And like thinking about, what they did with the Demon Slayer movie and how they made the manga canon and how they spent buku budget to make it, just the movie made it super theatrical, it was better than it would have been if it was in season 2.
It would have been, because like it got rid of some of these slow moments. Like I'm wishing My Hero put Villain Academia in a movie. Like at this point, like I mean, that would have been hard. So that's how I see it affecting the industry. How was your theater experience? I was by myself. I was just me chilling by myself.
I gotta co-sign your idea too. That like My Villain Academia would have been a dope fucking idea for a movie. Like think about how marketable that is. Like with the My Villain Academia fucking DVDs, and they could have went nuts with that. But
sleep.
I ain't gonna lie, I would see the dub in the theater.
Whack. I saw the sub. It was fire.
I still haven't really seen the sub.
It's
I've been wanting to rewatch it but I didn't go back to the theater to rewatch it, and like I said I was gonna, you feel me? I just got super busy that next week. But the dub wasn't bad, you know what I'm saying? But the fans it was definitely the dub crowd. Like I feel like there's definitely a big difference between
there
sub
is
and dub
a
crowd.
difference.
There is.
Though there 100% is. I don't think I had any kids in mind. It was just people who were like 18 through like 30.
That shit was awkward.
Wait, what you said?
It's always awkward when there's kids around and you're watching like suicide. I said it's always awkward whenever there's like kids around and you're watching like suicide happen and like heads get sliced off.
That's
and
a fact.
It was intense for kids to be watching, but I definitely had some in the theater with me. And I was like, it didn't take me out the experience and that. I was just like, I don't know, man. That shit would have fucked me up as a kid.
It was just me and a bunch of grown-ups. Me at 18 years old. It was fire. Everybody was like loving it. People saying "Baka." people were clowning. It was a good time. I was literally by myself in the top. I thought I was gonna have to take somebody out of my reserve seat because the Grand 14 is killer now. We got reclined seats. Yeah. You push the little button.
Yeah, I gotta go see that, bro. That's fucking. Because I was at the 16, I want to say, and that shit did not.
And I was pro 16 for multiple years. 14 took it over, man.
That dude had his fucking foot all in my back in the fucking.
See, that wouldn't have happened.
I was like, oh, my bad, son.
That wouldn't have happened.
I hit foot with my elbow. I was like, oh, my bad, son. I'm like, wait, what the fuck you mean, my bad? Get your fucking foot on my seat. I'm like, what am I tripping? But no, I ain't gonna lie. I will say this though, the theater was fucking packed. Like we had assigned seats, and we got to our assigned seat kind of early. You feel me? But it was flooded in that bitch. Like it was. I don't want to say it was full, like every seat, because COVID, I guess they could only sell a certain amount of tickets or whatever, but it was damn near full. Like every row.
Mine, I was more packed in Tenet when I went, like in the height of COVID, like a dummy. But shout out Christopher Nolan.
So wait, you say it was packed? You was more packed height of COVID for Tenet than it was for Demon Slayer?
But that's because I think the specific way the 14 did it with their new seats, they're like, nah, nigga, y'all can't sit. Like we doing it.
And then you did go see it the next day too.
I didn't. Yeah, I did not see it the day of. I saw it the next day. That is a fact. And I saw the sub, but you also got to understand, I saw the sub, so that's like only.
I don't even know when.
That's committed fans.
Was that day or whatever it was.
I think sure. That's how they did it last time, where the dub was one day, the sub was one day. I don't know if it was like that, but I know I
they
definitely
dropped it like a day early out here too, right? Didn't they drop it like a day before?
I'm not sure. I just know. It was in my row. It was me and 2 other people. The row in front of us, 3 right here, 1 right here. In front of them, 2, and no one. And then in front of them, 2, and then no one in the front. So like 15 people max.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Mine was. I don't know how many it fills up, but it was just like the sideline rows and then the little small rows to the side. I don't think the small rows to the side had too many people in them, but like all the line rows, like every single line row in the middle was full, bro. Because we wasn't at the front. We was like kind of.
Oh, so you was in like a real movie theater experience, like Grand 16 said, "Fuck it."
I went back in that bitch. I was like, son, y'all don't even got this bitch COVIDed up, bro. Y'all don't got this bitch COVIDed up at all. Like, I was like, so I was sitting there like, yeah, they could have to see. Cause I remember you had told me how you went see when you went see Tenet. I'm like, you
they
said it was
did
spread
though,
out.
because
like,
it was the height of COVID. They were like serious. Like you couldn't pay with cash. You couldn't do none of that. Like, could you pay with cash?
Well, we paid. We bought our tickets online, so we just pulled up.
Could you pay with cash at the
really show nobody nothing.
Could you pay with cash at the concessions?
Yeah, I definitely. Well, no, I paid with my card. I paid with my card.
Oh, because I was about to say when I went at Tenet, I could not pay with. I had to buy a gift card with cash at the front and like use a pencil to slide it to her, and she like caught it in a bag.
I'm not even mad at it. I'm not even.
And then they gave me a card, and it was like, "We not accepting no cash at the concessions."
I don't want nobody touching cash and touching my popcorn, man.
I feel it. But like, see, but now when I went to the 14, I pay with cash for everything. They didn't give a fuck. They cared about the seating, but not about that. So
yeah, they don't give a fuck. That's like low key ratchet, the ratchet grand. You know what I'm saying?
It's not ratchet no more though, because the seats are fire.
No, I'm talking about ours.
Yeah,
like
16.
It doesn't switch. You feel me?
Yeah,
it's definitely it was cool, but it was because I definitely enjoyed the experience. But definitely
did too, for sure.
It was my same experience as like fucking My Hero, and you know what I'm saying? Except just different because it was Demon Slayer.
Yeah, and like I said, this brought me back to loving it. So, you know, but next up, we got Viz Media announced on Thursday that it's collaborating with Marvel Comics to publish the manga and comics based on the Marvel characters. The companies will release Marvel's Meow based on the comic strips from Marvel's official Instagram page on October 12th. Writer Sanashiro Kasama and Hikaru Usagi, Deadpool Samurai manga in February dropped, and then the Secret Reverse one shot is coming in 2022. Oh yeah, the Deadpool Samurai manga is coming in February 2022, and then the Secret Reverse manga is coming in summer 2022. So we're gonna get to see all that Marvel Shonen Jump Viz goodness stuff. So you know, I'm excited for that. I'm gonna read that.
Yeah, I can't wait because my thing is, I just like literally just today I saw the volumes. I don't know if they literally dropped or if they were for pre-order. But for the Deadpool Samurai, and I saw the first like the volume cover, like you know the Japanese one, and I was like, damn, that's hard because it looked just like a dope ass Shonen Jump kind of volume, except it was Deadpool. I was like, ooh, I gotta cop that because I was like window shopping for my next cop, but I know for sure when it hits America, it's gonna be different, and I want to see what that's gonna look like in February.
It's gonna get big.
It's Marvel. And it's Shonen Jump, and the Shonen Jump releases in America, they always do it big for the most part. Like Chainsaw Man is sold out for the most part. JJK, like when I went look for JJK and Books A Million the other day, it was like last month it was low key full, and if for some reason like a couple weeks later that bitch was like empty, and it was like they had like maybe 1 or 2 volumes of like some older ones, like maybe like 3 or 4, but all them bitches was out. I was like, people are hitting for this shit right now. It's like they're doing the manga specials and everything.
The Deadpool shit go crazy.
Yeah, because that's Marvel too. Like you gotta understand the usual Shonen Jump people.
Thanos in one of them, and they got Galactus in one. Yeah, no, that shit. Iron Man's
they doing the whole rollout. They're not even just doing the Deadpool. Like that's exciting, bro.
Yeah, that's just gonna be crazy. So shout out to all of that, and then also
Marvel got the Disney bag.
Yeah, the final story we got is that Flying Lotus said that we hope that these 6 episodes of Yasuke would serve as an introduction to the world, but we have bigger plans for Yasuke. This is just the beginning. They expect this to be like a whole shared universe. So more Yasuke content. And with that being said, let's start the review. We're going to do a non-spoiler review of Yasuke because Chris hasn't finished it yet. I'm on episode 4. Next episode, we'll do a full review of the show. But Chris, right now, what'd you think of it? I'll give mine first because you're a little bit more critical than me, or a little bit more, let me not say critical, a little bit more just not as hype as me. But that doesn't mean you didn't like it.
No, it was pretty cool. I really did enjoy it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Of episode 1, it definitely, and I remember we talked about this, you know what I'm saying, on the a few episodes ago, like on like when we were talking about before the trailer even dropped, we were just talking about the synopsis of it, talking about how it was gonna be sci-fi. And I was sitting there like, sci-fi. Like, I wonder what, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what we talked about. I was like, what is this going to be? Are we going to get magic? Like, is it going to be mechs? Is it going to be like cyberpunk? And sure enough, it was like,
I didn't really think nothing of it.
It was Edo Japan with mechs and magic. I was confused and befuddled when I read that.
The way they started it off too, with like when you watch the episode
with the war. Yeah, I mean, we're doing non-spoiler, but you know,
you forget all about the sci-fi synopsis whenever you watch the first like 10, 15, 20 minutes of the episode, and then boom, out of nowhere, it like hits you, and you're like, hold up, because the thing is, I remember we talked about it and I was kind of like questioning it back then, but I didn't think too much of it. You feel me? But I know for sure when we watched the trailer, that shit was not in my mind at all. And or the PV, whatever it was, whatever they gave us they gave us screenshots and they gave us a little trailer of it. I didn't expect this at all. You feel me? I'm not gonna say that's bad. I definitely enjoyed the first episode, and it's definitely different from uh what it could have been and what I expected to a certain extent, but it wasn't. That doesn't mean it was a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's good that it kind of diverts.
I'm actually glad it wasn't Shampoo version 2. I'm actually glad they like took liberties with it and made it its own thing, and I think that separates it from its contemporaries. And I think it's a good series. I think it's like LaShawn Thomas did Cannon Busters. We were very lukewarm on that. That was like a 6, 7, 5, anywhere between there. I think this is
better than that.
I think this is miles better than that. This is at least an 8 minimum. I got it at like 8, 9 with 4 episodes. I like it. And I think the soundtrack is impeccable. I said this on another podcast, and I'm saying it because I said I was going to say it here first because that podcast doesn't drop till next week. But I'm going to go as so far to say, oh, and please don't kill me for this. The Flying Lotus soundtrack is better than the New Jabez Samurai Champloo soundtrack.
Ooh, now see, I'm gonna have to go back and
that's a hot take. I know, but that Flying Lotus shit is hard, man.
I really rock with Flying Lotus.
Like I like Fly Low a lot. So
Flying Lotus is you know what I'm saying? The production is always impeccable. You feel me? I remember back in the day, whenever
the score was great.
Remember the Childish Gambino? It was like a short film, and like Topanga was in it. Like Topanga was in it, and like Flying Lotus was in it. Like they had production in there too. You know what I'm saying?
The last Flying Lotus thing I remember was like the Odd Future shit. Like the Fly Low Odd Future stuff.
When was that? What year was that?
Ooh, had to be like 2013.
No, so this had to be after that. I'm thinking 2015. It was like something clapping. I forget what the Childish Gambino shit was, but they did like a little freestyle kind of thing in it. Trinidad James was in it. It was like a little mini film, random as throw it off mini film. It was like a dream. Like Donald Glover, he was saying like something about it was like supposed to be like a dream sequence or some shit like that. He would like walk into a room and play chess with Trinidad James, and then walk into another room and like make a fucking song, and then go into another room and smoke with Flying Lotus and like do like a freestyle kind of thing.
Okay.
And it was like a hard little mini movie, but I know for sure every time you hear music from Flying Lotus,
it's great. And that's what this is. So, you know, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. But we're going to review it all in totality next time. But I definitely liked it. Thought the voice acting was great. I watched the dub. No need to watch the sub. Lakeith Stanfield. So, you know, that's all I really got on Yasuke, since we're not going to dive too deep into it. Where you want to go now? Tokyo Revengers, My Hero. Honestly, we could go My Hero first if you want, because them two episodes was kind of My Hero right away. I'm gonna keep it. I'm the My Hero stan, and I can be honest. The Meow Momo episodes was kind of bud.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
You liked them? They had heart. Now don't get it twisted. My Hero always has heart, and they always make you feel for the characters.
Yeah, the Meow Momo shit was cool, but that was the Tokuyomi shit for me.
True.
Like Tokuyomi shined, and
he saved it.
He really did save both of those episodes. And to be honest,
we might as well just talk about it as one. I don't need to read the synopsis. It's just the fight between Class A and Class B. Only difference is in the first episode, we learned that Tokyomi was training with hawks, and we learned why he could fly. And then in the first episode, he flies and gets naval laser, and they shoot.
But I really did like that too. I really did like the hawks, because I always wondered, like, damn, Hawk scooped up Tokyomi, and he was like, nigga, you're not even using your shit to the full potential. I was like, man, that's real. That's some real shit of Hawks to do.
That's
you
facts. Yeah, no. And Hawks only take certain people who can fly. And Tokyomi got busted out his flight. And then later, when he was about to do his finishing move with the speed blitz, I thought that shit was hard.
You already know Tokyomi's a real nigga, son. Like that nigga is gangster, son. Like he's one of the hardest out of you. Like whenever you talk about, like, you know what I'm saying, the class that they're
people always talk Shoto, Bakugo, and Deku, but Todoroki's right there.
And some people throw
Tokyomi's right there.
Some people will maybe throw like maybe one of the other ones in there, like
don't say Ida, like I love Ida, but
no, Ida's not there. But like some people will say like Kirishima, but it's like if you gonna say Kirishima, you gotta say Tokuyomi,
because I think Tokyomi's stronger than Kirishima. If I'm
me too, honestly.
Yeah,
honestly, from where I'm seeing, you know what I'm saying.
Even where I'm at, even where I'm at, I still think the same thing. But also, we got to see like Invisible Girl trash.
Yeah, that was definitely trash. Like if that was supposed to sell me on the vision, like the last episode with Froppy and Kaminari, and that was way better than me.
Yeah, that's a fact. It hit it, and I don't know if I like Class B enough to where I'm like, ooh, Mushroom Girl, nice.
To me, Class B is garbage, and that is what made this almost unbearable. To me, the Yamomo shit wasn't that bad on Yamomo's part. It was Yamomo because she wasn't given a lot to work with. It was just like, Yamomo is a throwaway character. Let's give her some throwaway villains. Let's give him some. The Mushroom Whack.
Yeah.
What's the dude name?
The comic dude.
I ain't gonna lie, I did like the comic dude.
I knew you was gonna like that comic nigga. That nigga was trash.
He was whack. Like he was super whack, but he was funny in a whack way. It was like, man, he's so whack. Like I'm one of them people that I watch horror movies and I jokes off the horror movie the whole time because people in the horror movies are dumb. It's a comedy if you watch it a certain way with the right people.
That's facts.
And like there are certain characters that you're supposed to hate, but it's like I love them because it's comical. Like, and I feel that way about Flock. Like Flock is the worst from Attack on Titan, but I love Flock. It's like I can't get enough because that nigga is super entertaining. And I'm reading the manga like past where we're at. Still one of my favorite characters, and people hate him, and I know why. You know what I'm saying? But like I just know I picked him. I know the comic dude is garbage, but he was one of my favorite parts of these episodes because he came out of nowhere. I didn't even remember really seeing him at first, and he came out like, where the fuck did this dude even come from? You know what I'm saying? Whack his powers. I'm like, how the fuck are you a real?
Bro, I'd be pissed if my head was a comic book, dog. I'd be pissed. What hose you gonna pull with a fucking comic as a head?
Who's his parents? How did this happen? How did this happen, bro? This can't be real, son. Like I saw that, and this is the first time and they got some weird quirks in My Hero.
They do, but this one took the cake.
How's that in your DNA to be able to become a comic? That's the weirdest quirk ever. Like I gotta give it to Horikoshi. That's some Oda level throw it offness.
That's nuts. But Class B won, the Kendo team won. Yamomo got her ass whooped. Tokiomi, they had to poison his ass with mushrooms to beat him, which was whack. Fuck that mushroom bitch. But I'm excited for the next battle though. The next battle's all the rest of the battles are gonna be lit because now we got Todoroki and Ida, then the Bakugo match, and then the Deku match. So and then we're to Villain Academia. So the rest of the season gonna be lit.
Another one of my favorite parts of the episode was the teacher or whatever of Class B. He was the coolest motherfucker in Class B.
The joke of Class B, and they're like, no bias commentating.
They did run that joke into the ground too. Though. They ran it. I was like the first couple times, I was like, come on, son, y'all doing that shit too much. I'm like, but he is funny. Like he was a clown. Like, but other than that, he wasn't cool either. He was just a clown. Like he was funny to laugh at. But it was interesting characters. I mean, interesting episodes enough to where it wasn't like snoozers, but it definitely could have been a lot better if they took the same care with it that they did
the first one.
Kaminari.
I know that they're gonna do the next 3. So we gotta. I don't want to give it a 5.
Horikoshi's good for this kind of shit. Like Horikoshi's good at this. So just to see him not put as much care into this as he could have, it really felt like some filler shit. Like this whole little.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to give it a 5 out of 10. Maybe like a 6.
I'll give it like a 6.5 because it was entertaining. Maybe a 6.
It had heart.
6.5 for the other one.
Yeah. So, whatever. My Hero next week is going to be better. If this is our only bad week, whatever. Cool.
The Darkness dude could have been cool, but he was just so whack. He was just lame. I don't know. Something about him was just lame.
I didn't fuck with it.
But we're going to get to the real ones in the class. You know what? One thing that did stick out for me, and they going to get on my ass on Twitter, but now I'm shipping Todoroki and fucking Yamomo, bro. I'm shipping it.
That's been happening, bro. What you mean?
That's been happening, son? I'm shipping it, son. I'm on the ship. I'm on the shipboard with everybody else then, because I ain't gonna lie. I see it.
Yeah, I see it. It's there.
See it. I fucks
That's
with
a
it.
fact.
I can see
All right, let's get to Tokyo Revengers, episode 3, Resolve. In order to Tokyo Revengers. I love this. This thing is amazing. Like I said, I read it all in one night. I'm literally waiting for the new chapter.
I wonder if they got English volumes out.
I don't know. I'm reading it off the
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you already
we got to, man, because
it's rough out here now, man. Bro. It's rough.
They take. I don't know what makes them. I know they have the chapters translated to us for a certain amount of time on the apps, especially with Shonen Jump. But they take forever to drop the volumes. Like
anything that's not Shonen Jump takes too long.
Like, and I keep referencing Chainsaw Man, but for sure, Chainsaw Man is on volume 11. It just ended in Japan like last month, but now it's only on volume 4 in America. So I'm sitting there like, damn, y'all that many volumes behind. It's like people just gonna read it. Like if you are that far behind in the volume, people just gonna read the shit online. But
Because
that's
spoiler
where,
culture is too much.
and with Shonen Jump, they do a good job of having it on their app to where
Weekly,
you could cop both. But I know for sure for certain other manga, like they got Kimono Jihen, which is like wasn't that on Funimation?
Yeah, like the season.
Like that's what I'm saying. The anime is airing for us to watch. So if we watch the anime, be like, oh, I love that. Let me cop the hard copies. There's no way to cop physical volumes.
That's a fact.
In America. Like I cop physical volumes from Japan, but I don't know who's copping the rights or who's not copping the rights. Or I guess they cop certain ones faster than others. But they need to get on it, man. We need these volumes, bro.
That's a fact.
I like reading shit. I read Fire Punch like hard copy.
Okay.
I like reading my hard copy volumes too.
Let's get into it. Episode 3. In order to protect his friend Yamamoto Takia, who's a bit frail, Takamichi challenges Kiyomasa to a fight despite being beaten to a pulp. Takamichi doesn't back down when he starts to make Kiyomasa panic. Then the commander and vice commander of the Tokyo Manjin gang, Sano Manjiro, aka Mikey, and Ryuji Ken, aka Draken, show up for the first time and say, "Nigga, we gonna be your friend." Or are they like, nigga, you got some gusto with you? Does he do it? Oh yeah, no, they say he's gonna be their friend too, because they also slap. That's when his bitch slaps him. So Crystal, what do you think of this episode meeting the two besides Takamichi? These are the other two main leads, I guess you'd say, in Mikey and Draken.
So this is the last episode I got spoiled for me in episode 0, because I don't know where I watched episode 0 at, but it had like a it was like kind of a quick summary of episode 1, 2, and 3, like bunched into one. And it was cool, but I love seeing the whole full episodes. And this one, it was great introductory for these blonde boys. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Gang is low-key gangsters fuck. It's everything I want from a delinquent gang. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad we getting this this kind of interaction between them, because it's really building something to where I didn't expect it was going to turn into this from the trailer. The trailer just looked like some random meathead kind of. I didn't see the heart in it, and just with the interactions, with how the chemistry of these characters, you feel me? The gang already has a good chemistry, and then the new chemistry with Takamichi in the like coming in the mix. Shit, it's a legendary main cast.
No, that's a fact. And like everything about it, just how Draken and Mikey move and everything like that. Seeing Takamichi never give up against Kiyomasa, who's just being a scumbag, and looking at Mikey just knock him down, saying like, you messing up our gang name, brother. You messing it up. And then Mikey saying, I want to make the new era of delinquents. And then we pass Kisuke is like, ooh, we can't let this guy meet him. And it's like, nah, fuck that nigga Kisuke, but y'all not. Let me chill. Fuck that nigga Kisuke. That's all I gotta say. Nigga's an asshole.
All I know is they did that dude.
And I hate his buzz cut in these early episodes. I hate it. He looks like a fucking punk.
Damn.
I'm talking about the dude when Takamichi walked past him. He's like, who's that? I think I know him. You remember? And like the show tells you it's Kisuke, the person that's not supposed to meet up with Mikey. I don't know if you remember that.
I know who we talking about, but I can't put a face to
dude with glasses. The only nigga with glasses.
Let me see. You say Kisuke?
Yeah. And like that's who Nato is like, we can't let Sano.
I don't even remember even seeing this fool, bro.
You don't remember him when Nato was like, we can't let Sano Manjiro meet up with Kisuke because that's the downfall and that's how my sister dies.
Yeah, I know for sure. Like I know for sure they can't let them two meet up. But I just didn't,
and that's when because Takamichi, after he meets up with Mikey and they see the sunset, he walks past him on his way home. And
oh, okay, yeah, and I know what you're talking about.
With his little buzz cut and his designs in his head.
Yeah,
fuck
for
that
sure,
dude,
sure.
dog.
Gosh. Yeah, that's a bitch ass dude all around. You can see in his little smile the kind of character.
See it, like it just gets worse. I'm giving episode 3 4. I forgot we do it out of 5. We did My Hero out of 10. Back to our normal scale. 4 out of 5. Solid.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I give this one a 4.5 because just seeing, bro, they really hold that dude, bro. Like they beat that dude's ass, stepped on his head. I was like, that's some gangster shit. And I was like, that's so fucking gangster. And that shit just.
And these dudes are in middle school. Well, Is Mikey and Draken in middle
The
school or in
motherfuckers have
high
to have
school?
failed so many times.
They got Draken got a tattoo on his head, dog. Like
that's some gang shit. You know they have to put this setting in every fucking anime. They have to
I
just
love it.
That's the setting. Oh, the peak of my life, I'd say middle school. Nah, son. Like I'm not. These niggas is gangsters. This small gang, mini gangsters. You feel me?
All right, let's get to episode 4. This is hold on, I'm about to get. There's no synopsis, so I'm just gonna go off of what I remember. This is the return. So this is when they go back. Doesn't he go back to Nato and he tries to see if he fixed anything, but he didn't.
Yeah, he tried to.
You tell us with this one. Yeah,
we talk about with the like she tried to hold he tried to hold her hand, ended up holding her little brother's hand, and accidentally like went back.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because the handshake of the thing, like a fucking idiot. Fucking
and then we find out. Oh yeah, we find out the rules of the time. So basically, what happens is however long he's there, goes in the future. His house was stank. Nigga was there for a week, like just smelling bad. And he was like, bruh, you're gonna have to do this at my house or at your house because we can't leave you at the police station.
Yeah.
So
that shit, that was the weird part to me. Okay. So we know how the episode ends, but he didn't go back in time yet. What's gonna happen? Like, is he gonna go back in time and start back from where he left off? Or you know what I'm saying? Or is he gonna like start over? Or
he's gonna start.
Is it gonna affect what
it's gonna start? Okay, so like let's say he's been gone a week. However long he's gone, he gonna start back up. Like, okay, so a week happened, he came back. Let's say he spent 3 days back before he go. When he come back, it's 3 days after the week. You know what I'm saying? So it's.
But what I'm saying is, okay, so he go out there for 3 days and he comes back and it's 3 days later. What happens when he goes back?
Okay,
like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
3 days later, is it
my
3
thing
days
is,
later?
how long does he stay when he comes back? Let's give it a time.
Like, let's say 2 days if he stays back.
Okay, he stays back 2 days. It's 2 days forward from where he was
in the past.
Yes, and this is
so his body is kind of just like on autopilot.
No, okay, so he changes. This is a spoiler, but this is just clarifications. When he changes the past, his past self is living in the actual changes that he made. So he has to deal with his bitch ass self fucking up what he's been doing.
That's what I'm thinking. Like okay, so he goes back in the past and he comes back, and when he comes back, his shit's like on autopilot, and he comes back and his shit fucks some shit up.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay,
it may fuck some shit up. It may not.
That's what I'm thinking.
But his past life is still. It's not. Don't think of it as autopilot. Think of it as like he's living his life. Because you got to think he's in the future. It already happened. So it's just going on from whatever changes he made. Boom.
So it was a slight change.
So you know how in the MCU. You remember in the MCU when you watch Infinity War, they talk about the different things and how it's a straight line and then you make a different wave? Well, that different wave is now the actual timeline. So like it's going straight with like whatever changes he made, his old life is still going through that. Some things have changed, some things stay the same.
Okay, so I'm just sitting there.
So like even though like let's say because he's friends with Mikey and Draken, his bitch ass self dealing with it and he trying to be like, oh, I guess I'm cool with them. So his old self is trying to adjust and remember what what changes he made. So like, yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
That's throw it off, man. That's a throw it off concept.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it because now I'm excited to see him go back and forth. It's like he could really time travel.
Yep. So he's back home and he meets his homie with the red hair. Dude straight up killed his girl and then killed himself.
That shit was nuts. I can't believe that shit happened like that. That was the wildest shit to watch just go down. Cause I saw that and I was not expecting that at all. And especially from seeing that character from the episodes before.
With the trying to stab Kimosia and like just super down with Takamichi, would never do nothing to hurt him. Dude changed over the years, bro.
The crazy thing about that is Takamichi saw that and gets to go back and fix whatever happened.
Try to save his life.
Hopefully.
So now he's trying to save his girl, Nato, and this guy.
Well, it's like 4 people because
it's 3 at this point right now.
Else.
Oh, who'd he say?
He said he had talked about somebody that had died and he had felt played about it. You know what I'm saying?
Was it one of their homies?
I think so, because he had made him.
If it's one of their homies, then it's them. It's the gang. But he going to save them plus his girl.
He's saving everybody, bro. He's saving whoever he can. And I
find
that's very noble, and I'm definitely excited to see how he does it.
I was thinking it was going to be more some shit
to where like he goes to the past and has to get what he has done. Oh, he has to get what he has to do done in one shot. And I was thinking every time if he did the handshake, every time he did the handshake, he came back to the future and had to go back and redo that same shit over from scratch. You know what I'm saying?
No. It's definitely a little more fluid than that.
And that's what's got me excited.
That's what I love about it. Because if it was like what you said, that would kind of get old kind of fast.
Man, if that was me, I would just, and that's just, you know what I'm saying?
Relive it.
I'm not a killer or nothing like that. But if that was me, I would just, you know what I'm saying? Kisaki, like, you gotta go, son. You killed my girl. And there's like, I'm going back in time and doing all kind of shit. And I go back to the future just to check. And you still killed my girl. I'm doing all kind of shit in the back. Like,
well, we gonna find out. All I'm gonna say is we're gonna find out if your theory is right very soon. We're gonna find out.
Oh, now see, I'm excited because my thing is everybody's on the manga, and it got me want to dive into the manga because
our Discord's on it heavy.
Before we started,
like our Discord made me read it.
Yeah, I've been reading so much fucking manga, and this one is the one that my timeline is going nuts for, and I really want to read it, but I just started, like the anime just started, so I'm gonna let it kind of peel out, and as soon as the anime,
literally, like I told you,
starting reading it.
Because like I started it before this episode dropped, so when I read this episode. This was the gasoline on the fire, and I couldn't stop.
Now, see,
I was so mind blown that, like you said, his friend that was gonna stab the other dude to save his life, killed his girl and then killed himself. Blew my fucking mind. Blew my fucking mind. Dude looked like a crackhead when we got Back to the Future, dog.
I can't believe they like made son look over the ledge too and see homeboy on the ground. I was like, shit.
Yeah, it was fucked. Blew my fucking mind. And it just gets crazier and crazier and like, nah, bro. We're gonna be on 10 this whole season. This episode's a 5. 5 out of 5. Solid.
Yeah, I definitely give it a 5 out of 5 because it was an emotional roller coaster.
That's a fact.
For sure.
I'm ready for the next 2 episodes. But like I said, short show this week. Next week, we'll have some discussions ready. We'll have some more stuff. Just a short show. Demon Slayer movie. We already reviewed it. Go check that out. Like I said, on the YouTube. Shout out to Luis for the questions this week. But Chris, tell the people they can find you on social media.
Find your boy at Chris SJE on Twitter, Instagram. I'm about to drop a lot. I've been working on like a little album, you know what I'm saying? Next big project. I don't want to spoil too much about it, but we about to start unrolling some singles, and it's gonna be a big deal, especially if you are a Chainsaw Man fan, especially if you're like that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna spoil too much, but if you also follow me on my anime list, because I've been reading a lot of manga. So if y'all want to read along with me, I've been reading fucking Jigoku Rocky, what's it called? Hell's Paradise. I've been reading fucking Fire Punch, all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to come follow along with your ball, I'm still catching up on One Piece. I watched like one episode.
I didn't even ask you. I didn't even see. That's how you know I'm not on my shit right now. I didn't even ask you. There's no point. One Piece is on break right now. I'm on break, and when One Piece come back next week, it's back up.
How long is the break? Is this a one episode? Is a 1 week break?
Yeah, we had a chapter last week. Yeah, it was a 1 week. No, it might be 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks right now. This is week 2. There was a 2-week break from the last chapter.
Damn, that's like longer than usual.
It's hard, bro. It's hard. Them 2-week breaks is heavy.
2 weeks is longer than usual. You feel me? But I'm catching up on everything. Like once I catch up on all that, I'm probably gonna catch up on Tokyo Revengers right after that. I'm catching up on like 5, 6.
I don't know if I'd rather you catch up on Tokyo Revengers or One Piece. I really don't know. But both
Tokyo Revengers. I mean, One Piece is probably gonna be quicker to catch up on than Tokyo Revengers. Tokyo Revengers is how many chapters? Like caught up? If you caught up,
I want to say 3. But it could be 2.
Fucking D Gray Man and watching D Gray Man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you clowning. Yeah.
D Gray Man, low key is thrown off.
D Gray Man is kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie.
I've been watching Hige Horo, all kind of random shit. But I gotta tell y'all this, bro. Please. Or if y'all are on Twitter, my anime list, whatever. If y'all are reading Dan, if you are reading fucking Taugen Anki, hop. Yeah, we gotta interact.
I am reading Taugen Anki. I am reading that. I read the first 2 chapters. It's fire. My boy with his blood horns. That's how you know I read it.
I'm finally starting to see where it goes.
I'm at where he in the school. Actually, I might be deeper than 2 chapters. The homegirl, they in the forest. They basically like they tuning exam.
Oh, you probably like chapter like 7 or 8.
Okay, yeah, I'm deep in.
Okay. If you met the class, like, did you meet the whole class?
Yeah, I met the class. Yep, and they're doing a mission. They're doing a mission.
Okay, well, yeah, you the first mission. It's about to go crazy, but it's not gonna go.
You know how that girl forms the blood monster or whatever, and him and his rival or the nigga he don't fuck with.
I don't want to spoil it for you, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm at.
But I ain't gonna lie, son.
I fuck with Talgan Anki. I'm big on that.
Talgan Anki's one of them ones I feel like, and I've just been peeping the stats because I was reading like chapter, you know how they do like the little notes or whatever. I was reading the chapter 40 something or whatever, and it gave like a little thing, and it was like they're reprinting it like crazy, yada yada yada. I'm like,
it's probably gonna be
doing
big.
good.
Yeah.
I just hope we get an anime adaptation out of it because there's so much shit I want to see, and fingers crossed for somebody good like Mappa, Ufotable, somebody that's gonna throw that time and care into it. But I ain't gonna lie, this one is gonna be one of them ones that I feel like is gonna catch people's attention. Remember, because we're good at that. Like me and you specifically put buku shit on before.
If you watch this show, you know what's coming. Like
you ahead of the curve.
Our track record speaks for itself. We pristine out here, man. We the Yankees. We winning ship after ship. Like,
and then we gonna see. We definitely gonna see that. The proof is gonna be in the pudding this summer whenever that Ragnarok drops. I'm excited for that one. Like that one, I've been thinking about that one a lot lately.
I'm so happy you said that. How many years ago did I tell us about that? That was at the start of this fucking show.
Or 2018.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, 2019
or 2018. You told me that live when we were doing the pod together in the over there. You feel
before
me?
COVID. Yes, facts.
Pre-COVID.
That's a fact. But we're going to see. I'm just waiting for the summer. That shit going to be hard as fuck. But all right, you guys can follow me at LinBWT. Follow Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. There's a new Run It Back out, a Step Brother. We reviewed Step Brothers, the classic Will Ferrell movie. Check that out. That's out now on the YouTube. New Bros Who Think podcast is out. And then next week, on Tuesday, Never Less Than Ill, episode 3, we did a deep dive on Big Crit and interviewed Big Crit's tour DJ and asked him all kind of questions. Super, super fire. If you're a Big Crit fan, be sure to check that out next week. But yeah, man, we just working. And me and Krista, I'm not going to say we're going on tour, but we're going on tour. I'm waiting for confirmations, but y'all going to be able to see us soon. That's a fact. I'm just waiting on a couple emails, and then I'll put out the schedule, and we're going to be back hitting the road. So I got one more vax to get May 10th, and then I'm hitting the streets.
Yeah, I'm getting my first one.
I'm hitting the streets.
I gotta get that bitch before June. You feel me?
But you gotta get it now.
That's what I'm saying. The second one.
The second one. Okay.
June.
Okay, bad. All right, well, yeah, that's all we got this week. Make sure y'all fuck with us. Join the Discord. Link in the bio. But other than that, we'll talk to you soon. Until then, peace.